When we see something break, the first thought that crosses our minds is, whoa, that had to be expensive. But these people really went overboard with these fails. Window panels that go on buildings are usually made differently than regular window panels because they're a lot stronger and sturdier than regular glass. Imagine what was going through these workers' heads when it broke into bits and pieces. A telehandler with a work platform overturned at the Crescent Link retail park in Derry City, Northern Ireland, with a platform landing on a Dacia Duster. We wouldn't be too happy if this happened to us, that's for sure. We don't know what caused the floor of the pool to break and fall down, but what we do know is that the expense of fixing it is not going to be cheap. In this video we can see that a pump nozzle burst, causing it to spill fuel all over the gas station. Also, while the fuel was being spilled, the price kept going up, and these two men didn't know if they were going to have to pay for that. The estimated amount of fuel that was spilled is around 600 litres. A cement truck left behind a mess on one of Saskatoon's busiest streets over the weekend. The truck spilled roughly around 6 cubic metres of cement, costing the company a lot of money. This forklift operator saw that a forklift was going to fall, and he ran to it hoping to save it from falling. But it did fall backwards and then on its side, hitting the man in the process. The average price of a forklift is around $35,000, but we think that a lawsuit for the injuries that the man sustained are going to cost a lot more. While electric utility cars are supposed to fix power lines, this one decided that it was going to do the opposite of that, costing the city a lot of money to fix it. Well, we don't know why the forklift wasn't securely fixed in the truck, but this delivery driver is definitely going to get fired for this. The fuel tank is the most important part of the forklift if you even want to turn it on, but this guy made a mistake and tied it to the ground instead of the truck and resulted in the fuel tank being ripped off. This Range Rover Velar was going through a flooded street at a high speed, and when it was coming back, water went into its engine, stopping its movement completely, and the engine replacement cost is around $8,000. A water pipe burst in a storage facility, flooding it completely, costing the facility around $20,000 in damages. This Porsche Taycan overestimated the speed it needed to park, and then it lost control, causing huge damage to the two cars that were close to it, not to mention to itself. And the cost of this Porsche is around $82,700. A beverage storage facility had a terrible accident happen, which involved a forklift and a couple of thousand cans of different types of soda that fell over and caused a huge mess. We pity the people that have to clean that up. Here we can see yet another Porsche fail. The guy got in a car and straight up drove through the glass of the car dealer's building, and we know that he's not going to be happy about that. Well, this didn't end well for this Chevrolet Camaro. We can imagine the feeling of joy and happiness when you buy a Lamborghini, and we can also imagine the shock and horror of when you crash it. Wind is one of the strongest forces that can either help humankind or destroy what we built. Just look at this tree falling and destroying this guy's whole patio. We think he wasn't too happy about it. Here's a tip. Always remember to check your vehicle's measurements when going into tight and/or narrow spaces. If you don't, something like this can happen. Picking up a truck that fell on its side, this crane just couldn't handle the weight of it and dropped it behind the road railing. And judging by the reaction of the workers, the damage must have been terrible. Even though Jeeps are a sport utility vehicle, sometimes you can just battle with the forces of nature. Just check this Jeep trying to cross a snow pile. We always like to see some forklift fails, and they never cease to disappoint.